come into our house of hope and love, of peace and justice, of wholeness and healing. Come in where we welcome the certain and the seeking, the long timers and the newcomers, the beloved and the brokenhearted. All of you can find a home here at Troop, where we go live the world from the heart of Pasadena and from the heart of our homes. Good morning to our friends joining us on the live stream. What if every time you served someone, maybe your child or a parent or a partner or a client or a friend, what if you remembered that the most important use of your power and your influence is to lift up the full and whole humanity of that person you're engaging with? What would it be like? Next Sunday, we are appreciating the full humanity and specialness of each and every one of you, our Troop volunteers and donors. We are having our annual flower ceremony and Troop appreciation party on the patio. We're doing something a little different in worship. Thank you, Paula, for dancing to that in the back. You should have been down here in front. We will be having our worship service in Troop Hall, and if you don't know where that is, it's through the doors at the back of the sanctuary. It's where the coffee is, Jean says. And after worship, we'll move right into that Troop appreciation party. We look forward to celebrating a really wonderful church year with all of you. And next Saturday, we are having our summer garden work party. It will be in the morning. There'll be activities for people who want to put their hands in the dirt. There'll be activities for people who want to sit in the shade and not get dirty, but be in community. And if you'd like to know more about the workday after worship, you could connect either with Paula in the back, who will be dancing, or Randy, who just came in and is waving from his pew. All right. And after the service, if you're interested in learning more about Troop and being a member, you can connect with one of our greeters at the back of the sanctuary, and they would also love to escort you into our coffee hour. And each time we gather on Sunday, we're reminded that each one of us is a light in the world, and the flame from our chalice symbolizes and reflects that light.
Our time together in worship is intimately connected with our daily lives. As a symbol of that connection, we light our chalice with a flame from our candles of prayer and healing. There are things in our world that need to change. This work of change making takes a while, and this work is going to take all of us. If we want to keep change going, we need to be inviting others, joining with others, witnessing to others, and empowering others to do this work with us. We come to worship this morning eager to be a part of this movement and ready to be bold. We light a second candle to honor the people and ancestors whose lands we now occupy. The land under and around Troop is the unceded land of the Gabrielino Tongva Band of Mission Indian people. May this knowledge and awareness lead us into dismantling systems of supremacies and oppressions. We light a third candle symbolizing our watershed, the Arroyo Seco. May their waters continue to nourish life in our communities. We take a moment of silence, holding all of these in our hearts.
As we continue to gather in, we sing our opening hymn, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place. It's number 1008. And the teal hymnal, and please rise and sing out as body and spirit allow, number 1008.
When our heart is in a holy place, heart is in a holy place. We are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place. When we trust the wisdom in each of us, every color, every breathing kind, and we see our faces in each other's eyes. When our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place. We are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place. When we tell the story from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words. When our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place. We are blessed with love and amazing grace. And our heart is in a holy place.
Turn to your neighbor and welcome them into worship.
Here we go. When we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our heart stirs within, and we feel the power of each other's faith. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is
Let's do that chorus again. When our
heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place.
Monarch butterflies are famed for long distances they traverse during their mass migrations. They can travel 3,000 miles. They have also been spotted at great heights. During one autumn migration, a glider pilot drifted by one at 11,000 feet in the air. Even though we do not have wings on which we ascend high in the sky, we do have the power of community, which helps us rise to heights we never imagined on our own. Together, we have all we need and then some. As we appreciate the many ways we are held up by this community, we share our true promise to our planet, our intent to hold up care of our earth. You'll find the words in your order of worship. As members of the family of living beings on earth, we are guided by the Unitarian Universalist principle of respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. With hearts filled with love for it, eyes nurtured by its beauty, and minds ruminating on ways to protect Earth's sacred and abundant gifts, we promise to nurture the well-being of all life and the planet itself. Our wisdom from our Unitarian Universalist tradition is a passage by Unitarian minister Reverend Dr. Louis A. McGee. McGee received his doctoral degree from Meadville Theological Seminary in 1949, becoming one of the first Black ministers in the Unitarian Church. McGee has direct connection to us. He acted as interim minister of religious education at our church during the 1963 to 1964 church year, guiding youth programs and integration efforts during a period of civil rights activism. We hear his words this morning. Our religion is a religion of social concern, a religion of intellectual and ethical integrity, a religion that emphasizes the dynamic conception of history and the scientific worldview, a religion that stresses the dignity and worth of the person as a supreme value, and goodwill as a creative force in human relations. This religion can and ought to become a beacon from which this kind of faith shines.
For several years, we in the congregation have been blessed by the presence of Lou and Dre. They are moving to New Zealand in a few days, and today we offer them a ritual of farewell, and we offer them our blessings. And I'd like to invite Lou and Dre to come forward onto the chancel along with Estrella, Ripley, Rachel, and Dave. One of our ministry goals here at Troop is for each person to find a sense of deep belonging. and people have many different ways that they connect in with the church and find that belonging. And some of the ways are attending worship and serving on ministry teams and committees, singing in the choir. When you became members of Troop, I asked you all as part of that ceremony if you would engage with us and do 3 things: to love the world with us, to tend to your own spiritual lives, seeking truth and meaning, and also to help us live into our promise to our planet, nurturing the well-being of all life. And you all have done that, and you have done so much more. You immersed yourself in the community here. You blended your voice with the choir. You shared wisdom with the social justice team. You accompanied our intern minister with his committee. You inspired fresh language for our promise to our planet. And you nurtured so many deep friendships here. And this morning, Estrella, Dave, Ripley, and Rachel will speak to those connections.
I really want to just talk about how good they both give me hugs. But I also really bonded with Lou about one of my favorite topics, the end of life. And we shared a lot of ideas, and I hope we both get to reach some of those ideas at some point, whether together or separately. But I really enjoyed Lou helping to facilitate Death Cafe with me for a while. And they were able to just come to the last meeting we had last Thursday. And I know everyone from here and from there is going to really miss you. And Dre, I'll let Ripley and Dave and Estrella talk about you a little bit more.
You do give really good hugs. Both of you give really good hugs. I know our family has really loved to get to know both of you over the past few years, and especially in the last couple months. When you taught us to play Mahjong, it was really fun, and I really enjoyed playing with you guys, and I'm definitely going to make them keep playing. We're going to find other people to play with, and I think we should try playing on Zoom or something. Like, why not, right?
When I found out you were moving to New Zealand, despite the fact that I know you probably had already heard a whole bunch of sheep jokes, I decided to make some of my own. I don't know if everyone knows New Zealand has more sheep than people. And I was just thinking about that this morning, and as I got to know you, Dre, you know, you're not a sheep. You're not a follower. You're not someone who just puts your head down and takes the same path as the people in front of you. You're someone who really gives careful thought and feels deeply what's going on in this world and changing it and choosing for yourself your own path. And that's really powerful and amazing and courageous, and that's something I admire about you. And when I did look up, I did, just as a last note, I looked up, I wanted to fact check the fact that there were more sheep than people. And I saw that was true, but they said the margin is shrinking. So now with you both moving to New Zealand, that margin will shrink a little further. But I'm very grateful to know you, and hope, even though you guys will be on the other side of the world, that you'll stay in our lives.
Speaking of sheep and and shepherds, we've been practicing the accent that they're gonna need to speak over there. Yeah, but it's a little bit different, than. But anyway, to be serious, I like adjectives, and I could list some, but I thought it would be simpler to say that I have a tendency in my life to just do something, do the thing, and just put my head down and do it, and forget about the things that really matter, like friendship. And they have not let me forget about it. So thank you. And I'll miss you.
When people become members of Troop, we offer them our blessings, and we will offer Lou and Dre our blessings as they follow their free spirits onward. Congregation, your words will be, we offer our blessings to you, and really put your intention into it, put your love into Lou and Dre, and let's say that line together. We offer our blessings to you. We shared our spiritual journeys, and through that, practicing the wholeness and holiness of each person, and may you take that with you to New Zealand. We offer our blessings to you. Your voices joined ours in so many ways. May you find a kind and caring community in your new home. We offer our blessings to you. You nurtured important friendships here. May these friendships continue, and may you spark meaningful relationships in your new home. We offer our blessings to you. And your caring and compassionate energy and spirit infused the culture here. There will always be a part of you here at Troop. You changed us, and may you continue to transform others. We offer our blessings to you. And we do have a small gift to give you. I know that you have just packed your bags. And so the gift is given with the knowledge that you don't want to add very much weight to anything. The gift comes to you in a beautiful bag, a collage done by Paula, and it contains a lavender sachet, which is good for traveling, and a few herbal tea bags made with dried herbs from the Troop Learning Garden. We love you. We will miss you. Good and careful journey before you. And as they continue to hug and give well wishes, we create a sense of belonging and community among our youngest troopers in the Kids Dig In program. We have a practice of singing them into that program. The lyrics are in your order of worship.
For you shall go out in joy, for you shall go out in joy, and come back in peace, and come back in peace. For you shall go out in joy, for you shall go out in joy, and come back in peace, and come back. Blessed be.
Wisdom inspired by our earth is titled A Riff by Mark Morrison Reed. Mark Morrison Reed is a Unitarian Universalist minister. He was one of my seminary professors, and one of the very best classes I took at Meadville was his class on the history of Black Unitarian Universalist and Black Unitarian Universalist. We spent an intensive week together hearing his stories, and all of us in the class spent that week laughing and weeping alongside Mark. And here are his words. I came as rain, a droplet from the sky, splashing, returning to sisters and brothers, a trickle, then a rivulet, then a cascading stream, following the course of least resistance. Pond, rapids, lake, river, growing deep and powerful, growing placid and powerful, flowing into the ocean that is a silence, not an end. I came as a cloud shading those I love, dew that glistened and evaporated, tears coursing down waters of joy and gratitude. Life's precipitation can't be captured or contained, only kissed.
Somos el barco, somos el mar. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you, you sail in me. The stream sings it to the river sings it to the sea sings it to the boat that carries you and me. Somos el barco, somos el mar. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you sail in me. The boat we are sailing on was built by many hands. The sea we are sailing on touches many lands. Somos el barco, somos el mar. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you sail in me. I sail in you sail in me.
This church is our church. We support it through our gifts of time, our gifts of talent, and our gifts of treasure. We pause each week in worship for a moment of financial generosity and ask you to make a donation to Troop. You can give online. The directions are in your order of worship, or place your gift in the offering plate. If you are a first-time visitor, please let the offering plate pass you by. Thank you for supporting our life together. The offering will now be greatly received.
Now touch the air softly, step gently, 1, 2. I'll love you till roses are robin's egg blue, and I'll love you till gravel is eaten for bread, and lemons are orange, and lavender is red. Now touch the air softly, swing gently the broom. I'll love you till windows are all of a room, and the table is laid, the table is bare, and the ceiling reposes on bottomless air. I'll love you till heaven rips the stars from his coat, and the moon rows away in a glass-bottomed boat, and Orion steps down like a diver below, and the earth is ablaze and ocean aglow. So touch the air softly and swing the broom high. We will dust the gray mountains and sweep the blue sky. And I'll love you as long as the furrow the plow, and however is ever, and ever is now. I'll love you till heaven rips the stars from his coat, and the moon rows away in a glass-bottomed boat, and Orion steps down like a diver below, and the earth is ablaze and ocean aglow. So touch the air softly and swing the broom high. We will dust the gray mountains and sweep the blue sky, and I'll love you as long as the furrow the plow, and however is ever, and ever is now. And I'll love you as long as the furrow the plow, and however is ever, and ever is now.
In a spirit of gratitude, we lift up those supporting today's worship service. Thank you, Vahe, for running live stream, Barbara and Paula for serving as greeters and ushers, and for dancing before worship. I'd like to thank Faith for being with the children's program, Sean serving as worship associate, Ara for lighting our candles, Estrella, the Ryan family for helping with our farewell of Lou and Dre. I'd like to thank Tom for coordinating coffee and conversation. Local bakery ID Eclair provided 3 beautiful boxes of vegan pastries for coffee hour. I'd like to thank Malcolm and our choir for inspiring us with music, Jessica for keeping us organized throughout the week and on Sunday, and I think I'm at the end of my thank yous today. How did that happen? Oh, I don't have Nick to thank today. He's graduating this afternoon, our now former intern minister. Happy tears, sad tears. And as we pause in recognition for all the ways we support our Troop community life, I invite you to share the words of gratitude, and you'll find those in the order of worship. With gratitude for the ministries of the church that hold us and embolden us to love the world, we bless our offering and the many gifts that we share. And as we bring our energy toward our center, our centering hymn is in the teal hymnal, number 1034. And choir will lead us, and as we sing together, I invite you to pay attention to your breath, to your inhale and exhale.
De noche noceremos de noche, que para encontrar la fuente solo la sed nos alumbra, solo la sed nos alumbra. De noche iremos, de noche, que para encontrar la fuente solo la sed nos alumbra, solo la sed nos alumbra. De noche iremos, de noche, que para encontrar la fuente solo la sed nos alumbra, solo la sed nos alumbra.
Riding on the energy of the rhythm of that hymn, I invite you to take another breath in, to gently exhale as we join our hearts and mind in prayer, followed by shared stillness. Breath of life and breath of love, guide us toward leading in a different way. Rather than amassing power, remind us that our faithful task is in giving it away. May each of us be empowered to respond to evil with goodness wherever we are in the world. Let us practice the art of change-making as ones committed to restoring, healing, uplifting, liberating, and unburdening others. Give us assurance that our passion will emerge when the time is right, and we will soar with hope and possibility. We spend a few moments in shared stillness, noticing our breath, imagining ways we can reach out to those around us in love and kindness. And for all that is our life, we give our thanks and praise. Amen.
When we are singing
making peace. When we are helping, we and we are blessed. When we are loving, hurt is put to rest. Both in our helping and in our loving, we are bringing change. We are making peace.
There's an iconic photograph from 1963. It's entitled Pasadena, California, Lost Persons Area. The black and white image was captured by photographer Elliot Erwitt, and the image contains 4 women. There's a bench that's the center of the photograph. On either side of the bench, there is a woman standing. In the middle of the bench is a woman sitting, holding a baby. And there's a 4th woman in the foreground, and her back is to the viewer. It would be mostly an unremarkable scene. I mean, it's kind of weird to see 2 adult women standing on a bench, not sitting. That part might be remarkable. But there are 2 details that really help this photograph to stand out. And one of those details is that none of the 4 people are looking at each other. They're all staring off somewhere else. And then the other remarkable thing about it is on the chain link fence behind them is a big sign that says Lost Persons Area. This photo was taken 63 years ago, but so much about it still speaks to us today. I mean, there they are, a group of people in close proximity. They could have been speaking to each other, but they're not. They're looking elsewhere. If that were taken today, I think everyone would have a phone or device in their hand. That's what they would be looking at. And then, of course, there's that sign, Lost Persons Area. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, do we need that sign outside of Troop? Hello, lost persons. Are you feeling lost? Are you feeling alone? Do you feel like you are one droplet splashing, returning from the sky? If you do, get in here. Look at all of us. We're ready to greet you. Come. You found a place to call home, a place where you can make meaningful change. We've spent the month of May considering the characteristics of changemakers. Changemakers are people who are willing to take a risk, to put their faith into action, and to make a positive difference in the life of others. A short review of this month of Sundays. We began by looking at how changemakers take creative risks, and we learned from some of our history Universalist founders, John Murray and Thomas Potter. And then over Mother's Day, we looked at how changemakers use compassion as a way to heal the world and choose pacifism over war. We were inspired by 2 Unitarian pacifists, Julia Ward Howe and John Haynes Holmes. On annual meeting Sunday, we looked at collaboration, and remember at the very end of the sermon, I invited you to imagine Reverend Florence Collick, our founding ordained Universalist woman minister. Imagine her coming down the aisle here to inspire us. And then last Sunday, our former sad face, beloved, happy face, intern minister Nick led us through an exploration of the risk that comes from embarking on the unknown. And then here we are today, our last Sunday in the series, and we're turning toward the role of empowerment and change, and we are drawing some lessons from Unitarian minister Louis A. McGee. Louis A. McGee earned his Doctor of Divinity degree from Meadville Theological School in 1949. He was one of the earliest Black ordained ministers in Unitarianism. And Louis A. McGee served our congregation as interim minister of religious education from 1963 until 1964. His stated ministry goals while at Troop were to give youth programs and integration efforts to guide those efforts during a period of civil rights activism. So McGee arrived here at Troop the same year that photograph, Lost Persons Area, was taken. And of course, our country was in the midst of the civil rights movement, and people of faith all over the country were activated, engaged, praying with their feet on the streets, advocating and insisting on change, and they were asking the question, what if? What if we as a country restructured our institutions to stress the worth and dignity of the person as a supreme value, especially and particularly the worth and dignity of Black Americans? What if, they ask, what if any who have ever felt lost, felt disenfranchised, were ever felt to feel separate or apart, what if now they would find themselves in the center with full human rights, whole and flourishing? When McGee started his ministry here, the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom had just taken place in August of 1963. And then a few weeks after that, in September, was the tragic bombing in the Birmingham church that killed 4 young Black girls. When McGee arrived here in Pasadena, those public schools were still segregated. And they were not desegregated until 1970, and only then by an order from the United States government. In 1963, Pasadena zoning laws were being used to prevent mixed income neighborhoods and to keep Black and brown residents living mostly in the northwest corner of Pasadena. In a sermon, McGee found promise in the protest and perplexity in the world around him. And in that sermon, he wrote, "The present condition of unrest and turmoil, it is a ground for hope. The people of the world are on the march. They want to be rid of the burden of autocratic rule and the insufferable degradation of colonialism. What is really going on in the world today is a revolution of enlarged expectations, of aspirations for a more abundant life here and now. I repeat, this is a sign of hope." Amen, Reverend McGee, yes. Within that revolution of enlarged expectations, a leadership and organizing strategy being used was that of empowerment. And a lesson we can learn from all the Unitarians and Universalists we have heard from this month is that change makers do not sit over on the sidelines. They don't dictate, they don't operate solo. They empower the people around them. They actively turn to the person next to them and lift them up and in return lift their own hands up to be raised up by those near them. But when we say empowerment, what does that word even really mean? What does it mean? Jean says it means you're not scared to speak out. Yeah, that's part of it. And I think other people are encouraging you to find your voice. For years and years and years, and what called me into ministry was my work with Unitarian Universalist high school youth. And in that youth movement, we always said power shared is power multiplied. And by that, I think we meant empowerment is giving someone authority to do something, trusting in them, believing in them, knowing that they have something valuable to share. It's telling stories from multiple perspectives, listening to many voices. It's knowing our history so we can make informed choices. It's letting go of control. It's letting go of the outcome. It's not needing every single thing to be done yesterday. And it's understanding that as we share ideas, our power grows. It moves from being a trickle to a rivulet into a cascading stream. This church will grow deep and powerful by all the ways you turn to one another, welcome in truths and experiences and realities that are very different from your own. Not by telling someone, oh, so you know what, you're doing that the wrong way. That's not how we do things around here. But by practicing curiosity, wondering what you can learn from the person next to you, even if they are pushing you to go beyond what you thought you could do. By asking, what if, over and over again. What if it's true that we are the instruments for good waiting to happen in the universe? What if every time something terrible happens, we all raise up in a powerful wave of goodness in response? What if every act of injustice evoked in us a counteraction that restores the balance of good in the world? What if we really did put a sign outside that said lost persons area? Who would come in? What are we ready to share with them? What are we ready to change and discover in ourselves? What if you came in here as a cloud, your life shading those you love, your steady presence reminding them that they are no longer lost, but they can finally rest in the shelter of deep belonging. Let's build this new way, and let's start singing it into being with our closing hymn. You'll find the lyrics in 1017 in the teal hymnal, and I invite you all to rise and sing out as body and spirit aloud, number 1017.
We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. Feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, this world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. Feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way. One more time. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. Feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way.
Take the hand or shoulder of someone near you. Our chalice and candles are extinguished. We carry their light with us as we build a new way that is full of beauty and hope and joy and commitment. I love you all. Go out and love the world. Amen and blessed be.